Part 3: The Dragon's Legacy, the Mirror of Reflection. A journey toward inner harmony. Night lay heavy in its stillness, a deep quiet broken only by the stars' glimmer, each casting its faint glow upon the obsidian cliffs. Zoran, the ancient dragon whose wisdom pulsed in rhythm with the cosmos itself, rested undisturbed. His molten gold eyes, luminous against the dark, gazed unblinkingly at the world below, a realm alive with striving and yearning. Amid the mortal efforts scattered across the land, one figure caught his gaze: Bryan Johnson, whose sanctuary of discipline and innovation radiated like a distant lighthouse. Bryan's tireless quest for inner balance rippled outward, stirring the dragon's ageless mind. "Mortal peace," Zoran murmured softly, his voice a resonant tide that mingled with the night winds, "is not won through mastery of the world, but through mastery of oneself. The mirror reflects with clarity, but it cannot distort, it shows only what lies within." The ancient philosophy of inner harmonizer's thoughts wove through the centuries, drawn by the threads of wisdom left by the mystics and seekers who had walked the mortal path before. They had understood that the mind and the heart were not merely vessels but mirrors of existence, capable of holding storms or quiet skies. Mental clarity, the depths of the mind. The sages of old spoke of the mind as a clear pool, a mirror for the soul. When the surface was clouded by confusion or turmoil, it distorted reality, but when tended with care and calm, it reflected truth with unerring clarity. "Clear the waters within," Zoran had once whispered to a mortal philosopher, "and you shall see the stars illuminate even the darkest depths." Emotional regulation, guiding the storm. The ancients knew that emotions were not obstacles to overcome, but energies to guide. Anger could be transformed into resolve, fear into caution, joy into inspiration. To master the heart's storms was to master the currents that shaped the soul. The storm within must not be quelled, Zoran had taught a young warrior, but guided. Only by guiding the winds can you navigate the seas of your existence. Inner peace, embracing chaos with stillness, true harmony, as Zoran reflected, lay not in escape, but in acceptance. Peace was not found in the absence of conflict, it was woven from the threads of understanding and surrender. It was the stillness that held chaos in its embrace. Peace, Zoran had said long ago, is not given to you, it is shaped by your thoughts, your breath, your will. It is the grace of a heart that accepts all that it holds. Bryan's modern quest for balance in the luminous embrace of his sanctuary, Bryan Johnson pursued inner harmony through tools both ancient and modern. His focus was unwavering, his path disciplined, a deliberate journey to align his thoughts, emotions, and actions. Mental clarity, a focused mind. Bryan worked to declutter his mind, integrating practices like mindfulness and journaling with advanced neurotechnology. By mapping his brain's activity during moments of stress and calm, he sought to understand the mechanisms of his thoughts and cultivate clarity. The mind, Bryan often said, is a system. To improve it, you must first learn its patterns. Emotional regulation. Harnessing energy, Bryan devoted himself to mastering his emotional responses, using biofeedback and heart rate variability to track his progress. Through meditation, breathing exercises, and immersive technologies, he redirected negative emotions into constructive forces. Emotions, Bryan reflected, are neither obstacles nor enemies, they are energy. Uncontrolled, they overwhelm. Guided, they empower. Holistic balance, a harmonious routine. Bryan extended his quest for balance into every facet of his daily life. Intentional pauses for reflection, structured routines, and practices that honored both mind and body brought him closer to the harmony he sought. Balance, Bryan believed, is not an endpoint, it's the path itself, carved one step at a time. Zoran's reflection. Shy above, Zoran observed Bryan with quiet curiosity. The mortal's unwavering determination to calm the storms within was noble, yet the dragon sensed an edge to the pursuit, a subtle tension born of ambition. Zoran knew, as only an ancient could, that balance could not be forced. It could only be invited, nurtured, and embraced. The mortal walks the path of the inner fire, Zoran mused, his eyes softening. Yet to master oneself, one must embrace what lies within both light and shadow. Only then will the mirror reflect truth and harmony. To Zoran, inner peace was not the silence of the world, but the symphony within it, a song where chaos and calm found harmony, where the notes played together with grace. Peace was the breath of a dragon, gentle yet powerful, shaped by the mastery of thought and feeling. Peace, Zoran reflected, is not silence, it is the melody created when every note, light and dark alike, is played with grace. The mortal's revelation-own evening, Bryan sat within his meditation chamber, surrounded by the rhythmic hum of machines recording his heart rate and brain waves. Despite his rigorously structured practices, an unease lingered, a whisper that echoed through the stillness. Was he truly seeking peace, or had his pursuit become a quest for control? Through the quiet air, Zoran's voice carried gently, reaching Bryan as though borne on the wings of thought. Mortal, Zoran began, peace is not the absence of thought, it is the harmony between thought and feeling. The mirror reflects both light and shadow, and in accepting them, you will find your balance. Seek not to silence the storm, but to guide its winds toward calm. Bryan's breath slowed, his heart softening as the dragon's words settled into his spirit. He realized then that true harmony was not forged by mastery alone. It was found in surrender, in the willingness to see and accept himself fully. The mirror's reflection as Zoran unfurled his wings and ascended into the stars, his silhouette etched against the heavens, his parting wisdom lingered. Mortal peace is not given, it is shaped. Tend to the mirror within you and let it reflect your truth. For only in harmony will you find strength, and only in acceptance will you find peace. Below, Bryan sat in quiet meditation, his mind a tranquil river, his breath a steady rhythm. The path ahead was no longer a pursuit of control, it was a journey of trust, an opening to the quiet grace of inner balance. The seeds of eternity, a legacy of transformation, obsidian peaks glistened under the twilight sky, catching the faint light of distant stars. Zoran, the ancient dragon of infinite wisdom, lay coiled upon his high perch, the vast world unfurling below him. His golden eyes, deep as wells of eternity, gazed into the distance where mortal lives flickered like fireflies. Among them, Bryan Johnson's light burned brightest, a beacon of determination and relentless curiosity. Zoran inhaled deeply, the air alive with the unspoken whispers of the world. His chest rose, a slow and deliberate movement, as if breathing in not just the present, but the flow of time itself. As he exhaled, his voice broke the silence, low and resonant, carrying the wisdom of countless epochs. Mortals dream not only of survival, but of transcendence, Zoran murmured, his words carried on the wind. And in those dreams, seeds are sown, seeds that may one day grow beyond the limits of flesh and time. The dragon's reflection, Zoran's thoughts, coiled through the lessons Bryan's quest had etched into the fabric of time. He saw in the mortal's journey not just ambition, but the enduring power of human aspiration, a flame that burned bright in its defiance of limitation. Bryan's relentless pursuit of transformation, his unwavering desire to align with the rhythms of the cosmos, and his quest for inner harmony mirrored the fundamental truth Zoran had witnessed for millennia. On ambition and restraint, Bryan's journey reminded Zoran of the delicate balance required for transformation. Ambition could forge great things, but without restraint, it could consume. To wield fire, Zoran reflected, one must also know when to let it burn low. The brightest flames must not blind the one who kindles them. The echoes of mortality, even in their fragility, humans carried something profound, a determination to rise, to stretch beyond the horizon. Bryan's resilience was a testament to the mortal spirit, an unyielding force that pushed against the boundaries of existence. Mortality, Zoran mused, is not a limitation, it is a forge, shaping dreams sharper than the edge of any blade. The interwoven threads of time, Bryan's quest, though singular, echoed the broader tapestry of humanity's journey, a collective effort to transcend and evolve. Zoran saw in Bryan not just an individual, but a reflection of humanity's enduring potential.